Vodafone presents the pre-match.
Welcome back to ESL One Katowice 2019. Our final series of day number 3 means we have moved from the group stage into the brackets already. That's right, we're not hanging around here, we're just getting business done. You can also tune into the second game in the semi-finals over on Stream B at exactly the same time. But right here on the main stream, we're going to be focused on a clash of titans, a clash of two teams who have been around for a very long time, both in respectively in Dota and in esports, and have plenty of history between the two sets of players as well. It's a classic captains matchup between PPD and, of course, the one and only Puppy. It's Secret versus NIP. Now, before we get into this, let me introduce you to our panel because we've changed things up. Welcome to Blitz and to Purge. And gents, I hope you can help me out a little bit here. Purge in particular, because I know how good you are with these things. Now, I've had a lot of tweets at me going, "You're wrong! Chaos finished second! Why have you put NIP through?" It's become very ranty. I was ranting on their behalf, all right? Bear with me. There's a reason for that. Because a lot of people are saying, well, it says Chaos a second on the website. Well, okay, it might do. Bear with me. The new Staddle score is the second tiebreaker. So if teams finish exactly the same points, which they did, the new Staddle score comes in first. Now, I don't want to get too in depth with this, because otherwise I'll have to go and get Knoxville out of the cupboard and bring him out, and no one wants that, trust me. So let me just explain it like this. If you beat a team in your group that finishes super high, that's more valuable. And NIP took a game off Fnatic. Chaos didn't. Therefore, in simplistic terms, the new Staddle score is better for NIP. Therefore, they finish ahead of Chaos. Is that right? Are you with me?
I mean, I don't know why you even tied me into this. You pretty much explained it.
Okay, good.
You got it.
All right. Well, I was just, safety backup purposes, bro.
When you gave me the topic, I didn't read all the tiebreaker rules, so I was like, oh god, I'm not going to know what he's about to lead into. You covered it.
It's the second one down, so it's the first one effectively because teams are tied on points. So that's why. So there you go. Hopefully that calms you all down out there, and then it's a perfectly legit decision. And Chaos unfortunately missed it. I think it's a bit sad, Will, for Chaos in a way, because they played really well.
Yeah, they did, but at the same time, like, they had a very winnable series against Alliance.
Yeah, should have won it 2-0.
Exactly,
Yep.
You win 2-0,
Yep.
You don't have to worry about any of this.
Yep. No, that's true. It's a good point. It's a good point. Let's move on. Let's get into this upper bracket semi-final, Kevin. It's I built it up as a clash of captains. PBD versus Pup. It's a classic, isn't it?
It is. Both of the matches were really good. We were having trouble deciding which one we wanted, but
Yep.
we thought that this one would be better for sure, just because of the, there's players on both teams that have played with each other recently, like Ace previously being on Secret, now he's on the other side. So there's a lot. The captain matchups, there's the fact that Secret is definitely one of the best teams in the world right now, and NIP wants to be, but they're not quite at that same level. So lots of good storylines to talk about.
Previous TI winners, obviously, in both sides as well. You've got Zai, who's been under PPD and obviously then been under Pappy before, and now back with Puppy again. Fada that switched teams. It's great, Will. That crossover, pollinization between these two teams is amazing.
Yeah, and I really like what Kevin pointed out, both captains having won a TI before. There's a lot of pride at stake there. I think both of them are a little bit egotistical.
Sure.
They've done it before.
I think you need it, don't you?
It's very well deserved. I mean, if you win a TI, exactly. And I think this is going to be a really good clash of minds. I think both of them have expressed respect for each other's styles, the way that they're both able to captain. And I think this is going to be, at least from a drafting perspective, super interesting.
Yeah, it is. And do you know what? While we're on the subject of the drafts and the captains, why don't we hear from one of them right now? Let's hear from PPD.
Thanks, Paul. I am here with Peter, indeed. Peter, group stage is just over and you're heading into the upper bracket, which, of course, congratulations, first of all. You're playing straight away as well. Can you take a moment and reflect on the group stages with us?
Overall, I think we played really badly. I think that we have higher expectations of ourselves, and I hope that we can show a better performance against Secret in the playoffs.
All right. You say you were hoping to play better. You're still in the upper bracket, though, which is, you might not be happy with it, but it's still something to be proud of, I think, anyway. Previous time you faced Secret, you were able to beat them. Yep. Are you going to do that again?
Well, I don't know if we're going to beat them. They seem to be in better form than they were when we played them previously. We were pretty far ahead of the patch, I think, and then they actually ended up copying some of the stuff that we did, and now I think that they're the ones innovating, and we might be trying to play some catch-up. So we're going to try and take away some of their heroes and maybe ban the ones we're not ready to play ourselves.
All right, how do you stay ahead of the curve, as it were?
Well, as new heroes get introduced to the meta, that those new heroes have heroes that are good against them, so it's just constantly meta evolving kind of.
Innovating.
That's how you got to stay ahead of the game. You got to keep bringing up new ideas and, hopefully presenting them in an efficient manner. You don't want to get too crazy because otherwise, you might be too unfamiliar with what you're trying to play.
Don't want to outmind game yourself.
Definitely not.
All right, well, I'm going to wish you good luck in the upper bracket semifinals, and hope to talk to you again after.
All right, I'll see you soon.
All right, back to you, Paul.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Well done, PPD. Obviously, not particularly happy. He's set high standards, Kevin, doesn't he? So not particularly happy at the group stages, but...
She gave him the positive words. Great, you made it in the upper bracket. And he was like, we've been playing badly. I'm disappointed. He said the typical, we hope to show better games. It was a little bit animatronic for PPD's usual style.
Yes, yeah, a little bit. I guess he's focused, Will. He's going to focus on this game now. As he rightly pointed out, they've had the upper hand early on against Secret in this formation of NIP. But they've kind of taken some of the things that Peter brought in after TI and made them even better. So they're a little bit on the back foot. And form-wise, heading into this game, Secret are head and shoulders above them, aren't they?
Yeah. In the major qualifiers, NIP did beat them, I believe. But when it comes to how everyone's been playing, how they've been playing throughout the year, so far, advantage Secret. Yeah. I think that rightfully so, they are the favorites. They've looked in very good form. I mean, they wiped out Gambit, right? With a 2-0 against them.
Yep.
And I think I watched both games, and they were both just absolute stomps throughout. And so I feel like PPD, he's just being realistic. He's not saying like, well, we owned the group stage. Well, they lost to a lot of teams. Yeah. Probably not in the best position that they wanted to be in, having to go to that tiebreaker. You don't really want to ever be in that position. You want to be able to say, we earned our spot here. We did it. We beat a lot of good teams. But, I mean, this is the time to kind of reset everything. It doesn't really matter how your group stage went. If you go 2-0 here, 2-1 here, all is forgiven.
I mean, I think, Kevin, it's a strange position NIP find themselves in, isn't it? But because they're, on paper, you look at this and you go, okay, they're one of the teams that has a chance of winning this as a tournament, right? Which is unusual because there's no Virtus Pros, no Team Liquid, there's no LGD. So they're one of the teams that should be stepping up into that breach and having a chance of winning the tournament. The problem is they've been very inconsistent over the last couple of months, and they've been very up and down.
But I think that's always, like, they obviously don't want to be inconsistent. They want to be the best team in the world or one of the best teams in the world. But I think that they are in that striking distance. And as long as they don't become disappointing like Forward Gaming has been this tournament, then I think it's still okay. I mean, they still made upper bracket. It was on the edge, but they're in the upper bracket. That's still something to be said. Even if they lose this match and go to loser bracket, if they don't get knocked out right away, then I think they can't be ultra disappointed in themselves. So obviously they want to aim higher, but they're still setting their course on the direction that they want to be in.
Yeah. I guess in some ways, Will, we talk about championship teams getting results when perhaps they aren't playing very well. And NIP, as Kevin rightly pointed out, they have qualified for the upper bracket, despite the fact they haven't had a good group stage. So that's a good sign, isn't it?
Of course. And like I said, it doesn't. Who cares? You made it.
Yeah.
If you beat Secret here,
no one's gonna write on a Reddit thread a year from now going, oh, do you remember that time that NIP only scraped through the group stage? No one's going to talk about that, are they?
You knock Secret to the lower bracket, again, all is forgiven. It doesn't matter what happened, and I think that's why PPD is so forward-facing. He's like, our group was bad, but now we have this match to play. Maybe they're favored, but you know, it's a best of 3. Anything can happen.
All right, let's talk about Team Secret, Kevin. 9-1 in the group stage is exactly what we expected from them. I guess probably the only disappointment for them is they dropped a game, which didn't really matter too much.
So embarrassing. Wow.
And there aren't really too many flaws we can talk about in this team. So let's talk about the positives. Nisha on home soil wants a title here in Poland. Is it the best chance he's ever likely to get?
I mean, it would be pretty sick. They won the last ESL, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah,
Mid one got the MVP. So this should maybe new VP in the running here. There's more excitement to talk about with their team definitely than some of the other squads, especially because they're tied in first place with DPC points. It's kind of reminiscent of maybe 2 DPC seasons ago or last season where Secret was just by far ahead.
Early last season, they were way ahead, weren't they? And
way
then it kind of fell off through the season.
Exactly.
Got more,
like they were the first team to get TI qualifying points, so they're kind of on the same trajectory this year. I think they look stronger and more concise. I feel more confident about them as a squad going to TI right now than I did last year, which is saying a lot considering that they're technically not as far ahead in points as they were last year. So they've got to be happy with what they're going for. They've just got to keep it up, make sure they don't get burned out, and just keep winning championships. Maybe add another card to the roster.
Yeah, it is an opportunity, Will. History in the making. We talk about it a lot at these big events. ESL One has only had one triple winner, and that's Virtus Pro. Secret have won 2. This is a chance to win a 3rd. Does that play in to their mind? I mean, I know they're very competitive players, right? And Puppy in particular wants to set new records. He wants to beat other teams. He wants to be that team that left a legacy. So it's going to matter to them, isn't it?
Of course. I mean, they could have played at a different tournament, but they chose to be here. They wanted to be here. This is where you cement your legacy. Get another Benz, like Kevin said. I think they're pretty excited about that prospect too. And I mean, Zai, I think, is making a very strong case.
He's been fantastic.
He was close last time. He was probably number 2 on their team when they won. So
I think right now, though, he has probably been the best player on their team.
Was he the best player at the major?
I think he might even been playing better right now. Like you said beforehand, it feels like he's elevated his play to that next level. This is the best that you've seen him play. This is probably the best that I've seen him play. This seems like a very motivated guy.
It feels like he's the best offlaner in the world right now.
There are a lot of people that have claimed to that, but I would say it's arguable at the very least.
He's in there, isn't he?
Yeah,
you wouldn't leave him out of an argument about that.
It's also important to remember what his playstyle was like at the previous major. When I was watching clip stuff, he was very often like sacked in the safe lane, like 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3 in hard lanes. He was doing like, there was like axe creep cutting, and he was like Lina, tanking creeps under tower. Like, he did some really difficult stuff that he just didn't get the opportunity to shine. But now that he can play Leshrac off lane and like get solo and double kills because the tool is there, it's like he's able to show that he's not just going to tank these hard things and look okay. He's like able to show like, oh, by the way, guys, I deserve a trophy this year.
We nearly lost this guy, by the way.
What do you mean?
We nearly lost this guy from the scene a few years ago.
When?
When he decided he was going to go back to school and educate.
Finish high school.
All that kind of stuff. What are you doing?
I mean, it makes sense. Like, his dad's a principal.
I'm joking. It's a much, if anyone's out there thinking I'm advocating leaving, no, please, finish your school. Please finish your school.
If you remember, he was really criticized for that decision.
Yeah, he was, And that's why I made the point, because everyone was like, what's he doing? What an idiot. You can earn loads of money. There's a lot of life left.
Yes.
Beyond being 17. And you need something afterwards, right?
The crazy part is he went out from, like, being a tier 1 player, and then he left the scene, which seemed crazy.
It did.
And then he came back and he kind of had to work himself up a little bit when like tier 2 teams.
They got top. No, he got top 3 at TI.
Yeah, he did. And also, by the way, he was playing a different position as well.
He immediately came back and got top 3 at TI.
And he's gone between 3 and 4.
Data point.
He's also gone between 3 and 4 positions as well.
Yeah, he's been all over. He's a very talented player for sure.
But yeah, I think right now it's an incredible form run he's on.
I mean, he's playing everything. He was Kunkka, he's played Lifestealer, he's played Leshrac, he's played, I think he was Lion in a game. Like, he is literally just like, whatever hero works in our situation.
And the great thing about it is that it allows Puppy to draft, not around him, but almost with him in the background, thinking, I don't really care about him, he can do anything.
Yeah, it's just...
I can move him a lane, I can give him a different hero, I can make him play in a try, I can give him his own lane, I can sack him, I can do almost anything with him and he'll come out okay.
Yeah, I think I heard a pro say once, like, what'll make Secret work is you can't have a standard offlaner. You need a guy who's almost going to be another 4. Because Yapsor is just a 4 in name. Like, he's pretty much, when it comes to farm priority, this guy gets it all. I see this guy last hit with Rubik Fade Bolts more than any other support that I've seen.
Maybe DJ.
But I was going to say, but that's also because Puppy is very much a 6 in that.
He can be, but...
I've seen massive differentials between their 4 and 5s in net worth.
But I think even Puppy likes to have impact in the game. And so you almost need... It's almost like at times they have like 3-4 position players. And when you have a guy like Zai that's willing to do that, that's why oftentimes secret offlaners are always the ones that get shuffled off.
Yeah, I want to ask you a question about this because it ties into NIP and into 33. We haven't seen the best of 33 this season, I don't think. Last year, I think he was one of the standout players. Is that mainly because of the way that they could utilize Zai in that team last season and give him that space?
I think this year it's just more people are familiar with how he plays and his hero pool.
It's the Thompson effect.
Yeah, it's kind of like, when a rookie quarterback comes in and lights the league on fire, but once people have data on him, it becomes a different story because now you have the game plan, how he likes to play, the types of heroes. Remember last season, it would be Visage last pick, Brood last pick. They'd get you with these things, but now people, Paul, they're smart to it. They understand it.
For sure. Right, we're into the draft. We're deep into the draft right now. There's a Chen Batrider opener from NIP and a Prophet Ursa from Secret. Very meta from both teams.
Yeah, one thing that I think that's important is Enigma got banned by NIP. If you look at the recent 5 Secret drafts, they were picked by Secret first 4 times, and the other time was first round ban, similar to this game. So we're seeing a slightly different Secret compared to what we've seen in the last 5
Nice
games.
big fat respect ban on that Rubik as well.
Yep.
Yapzor's best hero by far.
And Secret banned the Leshrac themselves. Yep. Another hero they've been picking a lot. Starting to become a tier 1 hero, I think is safe to say. Maybe a little overdue. Interesting for Nip to pick both Batrider and Chen in the first phase, though. That's both of their supports likely. Doesn't have to be, but very consistently Sox has been playing the Bat.
I think it's nice against both heroes. The turn rate against the Ursa, the ability to make the jump. It's always nice against the Nature's Prophet. You're one of the heroes that really doesn't care whether or not you get trapped in the trees. It's never going to work against you. He can't really go for any of his jukes. His split push play is taken away as a result too.
Don't you think it's a little early for Ursa, though, in the sense that, I mean, he's got a high win rate right now, but I feel like he works better as like a second phase core pick when you know what some matchups are. I mean, because I mean, maybe he's kind of nice against Batrider potentially because you can just potentially just turn and fight the guy. Like Batrider and him are similar. They're like incredible amplifiers. Over time, they do more damage. So maybe it's like a core solution against the support. Do you think that's reasonable? Or
I think I would agree with you, but I think that Ursa is so flexible that it doesn't really matter. Like, he can go mid, he can go off lane, he can go safe lane. You can put him in a position to succeed. Plus, it's a hero that NIP has been picking for ace. So it's not just a block pick, but I think it's also one of those things that you get it out of the way. And I think this is what Puppy likes to do, is he likes to pick one of those heroes that anybody can play. Say, like, we'll get it out of the way so they can't really counterpick one of our cores further down the line. Because you have to reveal a core at some point.
Yeah. And 3-3 has been playing it a lot, too, in the offlane, actually.
Exactly. And so now you get the option of both block pick and you give NIP something to think about as well.
Yeah, Ursa won its first 7 games here at ESL One Katowice. Since lost 2 in a row, though. But still, mighty fine in terms of
both the games
77.
Were Gambit that lost with them?
Could be.
I think Gambit picked them in 2 games and lost both of them.
Could be. Let me find out in a moment. You are correct.
Yeah.
Both against Secret, obviously, in that final game. Interesting that they pick up the Ursa as well.
Well, Nip's draft so far is pretty straightforward. Looks like they did a similar thing 2 hours ago against Fnatic in their first 2 picks, Chen into a Batrider. And later on, they went with Lycan, Nightstalker, Puck as their other 3 picks.
Yeah, it's interesting, actually, because Secret also played those when they played against the Ursa. Particularly the Lycan.
Okay. Outrun him, basically. Doesn't sound great laning, but...
Yeah, worked in both the games for Secret. Against the Ursa, so I wonder whether NIP fancy taking a leaf out of their book. Ding ding, the Admiral's in town.
I think this also probably shows you that this is going to be a mid Kunkka because they banned out the OD. This is often what Secret do.
Yep.
As soon as they want to pick the Kunkka, they telegraph it by banning out the OD just to get rid of that matchup entirely for him. It's so hard for him to play. Late game, it's not fun either. It's impossible to, you know, whoever gets X, you can just astral reset things entirely.
And it also gives them a bat solution, actually. If somebody gets lassoed, you can just X them back too. That's cool.
It also means the Ursa might be used slightly differently here, because it's mid-1 who usually plays the Ursa on this team. But presumably he'll be playing the Kunkka here.
Yeah, and it's interesting that Secret are so willing to just like you said, you know, they're just giving away their cores. They're saying like, these are our cores, represent as early as possible.
Yeah, it is. It's different than most players are doing right now. Highest rated picks, they're including the Nightstalker that was in the earlier draft for Nip.
Yep.
I don't know if I like Nightstalker too much against Kunkka because any highly mobile hero is just going to get countered by X, but...
I mean, they can move 33 to the bat if they want, of course.
It's really good against Prophet, though.
Yeah.
Nightstalker.
Yeah. Does make sense here, doesn't it? One of the most played 33 heroes in the last month.
We'll give them like two Kunkka solutions, or 2 Prophet
Pugna first, though.
And then instantly, they pick
Fat Pugna.
Instantly. They're super ready. Good against Batrider.
Yeah.
Can interrupt them with Carapace. You've got Disable setup that can combo off of X Torrent. It's really good at setting up kills, very good against Pugna, because Pugna has really high int gain.
I love it when you get to really high-level captains like this, and then one of them auto-picks something immediately. It's almost like it sends a signal to the other captain that says, I knew you were going to pick that.
It does seem like that, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like crazy. It's crazy confidence things about it, that it was like a 2-second reaction. He's like, oh, I've already thought about all the possibilities.
Yeah.
I know this is
you're
right.
going to pick Pugna, and I'm going to pick the Nyx into it.
And Nyx is also just very, very good against Batrider. historically, it's always been the counter just because you're always going to get carapaced when you try to make the initiation. And it's so important for the Batrider when you blink in to be able to force out, but you stop that movement entirely.
And then you can alter it by not using Firefly, because then at least you're not doing AoE damage. But now the problem is that if you don't use Firefly, you're not as fast. So it's actually even more of a counter.
So we have a Naga for an IP. I guess that's some good crowd control for him.
It's more of like an AFK carry kind of a thing. It's basically playing like old Radiance Naga did without Radiance, because one of the nice benefits to the Ancient camp being removed is now that there's more like medium camps. Or large camps. I don't remember what they were replaced with. So basically, you could just send the illusions into the jungle, and there's more camps for you to farm with just Riptide. So if you max out Mirror Image and Riptide, you can actually kill jungle camps pretty quick and get insane farm rates with Diffusal Blade.
Nice against the Ursa too.
Yeah.
Just being able to net, isolate them out with the sleep. There's no real heavy sleep counters on the side of Secret. And, I mean, Kunkka will get a BKB, so will Ursa at some point, but I feel like NIP have good ways to deal with those. They have 2 different ways to BKB Pierce. Or at least they have the Batrider. The Naga net no longer goes through, right?
I think it still does.
It's still physical?
5 seconds remaining.
I feel like it still does, but I might be wrong. I can check, maybe.
I know they nerfed the troll net, right?
That one also still goes through, I think. Are you talking about the change to ensnares?
Yeah.
As a whole? The mechanic change is too recent. I haven't done enough math. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's all right, Will. You can tune into to Purge's 9-hour video on nets next week.
That was one time, Paul.
Okay.
Not every patch stream is 9 hours.
All right. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
DK to finish off NIP.
10 seconds remaining.
So what do... I thought that was going to be a fatter Pugner, but
5 seconds remaining.
maybe they play fatter with the DK then.
It does say it does not pierce spell immunity.
What is this? The Naga net?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But they always have Batrider.
Say it does or does not?
Does not.
Does not.
Oh, they changed it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did because people were complaining about the whole, you know, like
Sleep
counter
with-
Enigma with the Helm of Dom creep, and then you just grab the troll and you can always go through.
Oh, so they changed it for all ensnares, not just hers. Is that what you're saying? I mean,
Maybe.
I knew
Yeah,
that
that's
the
why
troll one
yeah.
didn't, but yeah, I think you might be right. It makes sense to make them consistent considering they're both nets.
What do we think of this last pick from
Oh,
Secret?
that's a Spectre.
It's a way to, like, they have very good map presence between, like, basically Nyx can go find ganks, and then Spec and Prophet can be there. That's what's really cool about their lineup. So I think what they're going to try to do is just pressure the Naga. If they kill the Naga a bunch, they don't have to worry that much about getting out-carried, because the only other threat is, like, a Pugna semi-carry and a Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight's not the best late game, so I think I like what Secret's doing here. It's cool.
Definitely got an idea around their draft of what they're going to do. Will, what are your thoughts?
I feel like Secret, they should try to push the pace. They have very easy ways to go for the Roshan as well. They just have to avoid getting into bad setups against the Naga sleep. That's going to be the big thing for them to try to avoid.
Right, then try and avoid that Naga, or kill it early, maybe.
Many times.
All right. Many times over. Let's see whether that turns out to be true as we head towards our commentary team. Gents, are you ready for this one? Upper bracket semi-final.
Absolutely, you know, this is where the big stuff
It
kicks
is,
off,
isn't
and we've got some fun couple of drafts.
Yeah.
So, as the panel said, you sort of agree, Fog, that Secrets is a little more robust.
They can put a lot of pressure. The one thing I am concerned about is NIP have a pretty good timing around their like level 6s when they can push. Chen, Pugna, DK, I look at Secret's lineup, they don't have a lot of deep push. So they're gonna have to cause some chaos to make sure that NIP can't really like just group up and go and have that, you know, big push lineup go. So
Yeah,
we'll
lots of fun matchups between the two players, and having played on all of the sides as well. So enjoy, guys. Take us into game one.
Yeah, thank you very much, Red. And yeah, Secret versus NIP. Some big names, of course, going head-to-head here in this upper bracket semi. And we're looking at these teams. We've got stuff like the Nisha Spectre coming into play. And, of course, on the other side, the Ace Naga Siren. So sort of these cores that were sort of forgotten for a long time, but we're now starting to see teams here at ESL picking them back up in the safe lane positions. It's like a patch from the past, and Spectre versus Naga.
Yeah, exactly. We have Spectre versus Naga. I mean, we're talking about the push strat that NIP could have going, but then we look at how this game could actually get to a point of pretty deep late game.
It could
we have a Furion Spectre who can be split pushing a lot. You know, NIP, they've got late game with the Naga, but you don't really want to do it anyway because there's a Spectre and a Kunkka on the other side of Secret, so Secret's late game is also ridiculously powerful. So Secret, I would say, have the late game because of all that. Of course, Spectre, dominant.
But there could be this point, because as you also mentioned to me, if NIP get ahead with this like Pugna and DK and start pushing with the Chen as well, there's not that much D push on Secret.
Yeah, it's all about just like, then it's all about cutting waves, right? That's what we saw was the solution. When people don't have D push so much, you have a Fury on at least. You have a Nature's Prophet that can cut in between those waves nonstop. So that could be something to watch out for. I'm going to be looking a lot at also Yapzor inside of the fights.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, he's playing versus a Bat Rider. Nick's incredibly good versus Bat, but Pugna also, the thing, little shadow, not like shadow buff, I guess you could say, to Nyx is now that all heroes have more stats. They were given more stats, right?
It's more damage.
Pugna has 5.2 intelligence gain.
So he's...
those mana burns
it's gonna hurt.
Are really going to hurt if it gets to the point when Yapzor gets the levels and he has high-level mana burn.
And especially if he's sort of running away, decrepping himself, which is going to be very likely when there's an Ursa and a Kunkka in the game trying to punch into him.
Yeah.
So those opportunities will be there for Yapzor. We've got to look out for those, look out for the big numbers to come flying out at the head and the brains of Farta's Pugna.
I've really been looking forward to see more Nyx Assassin, just because of the little changes he's been getting and just that little buff that he got just from the stat thing and his Vendetta breaks, you know, all these little cool things. So it's a fun hero to watch. So, all right. Zai's going to be up top. Secret starting out their tri-lane, as they tend to do most of their games, then they switch it up. They move one of the other supports to the opposing lane to help out Zai. And then we've got a nice little 1v1 in the mid lane of a Kunkka versus the Pugna.
Yeah, I mean, so in this 1v1, do you sort of see that... Oh, actually, bottom. Some nice little body blocks here. Not quite... That's going to be nice enough, is it? One more hit, they need it.
Not fast enough.
No, Puppy can't quite get close enough for the final touch. So the PPD Chen will survive. 33 already starting to cut those creeps behind the tower.
Because they have a full tri-lane down there.
Yeah.
If it was just a dual lane, maybe he could be like, whatever, we can actually stand into versus this, but it's full tri. Yeah, he's got to make something happen to get XP. The mid matchup, it's just about these denies. I've seen these Kunkkas, even though you're versus... I think Pugna should be able to bully you, but Kunkka's going to get last hits no matter what because of Tidebringer.
We'll see Salve is going to be popped by mid-1, and bottom lane, Yapzor's going to do his best to make sure 33 takes a fair bit of damage for doing this pull, as he'll follow him right back towards the tower. Does have that favourable move speed, so he's doing quite a bit of damage to 33. He's got just the 2 tangos left, but he does have the 2 mangos as well, so good just base regen on the DK. PPD, he's stayed in lane, and Yapzor, all he's got to do is hit this stun, and that should be first blood. He's holding onto it, might not even need to do so. There it does. It does come out. The control's there onto PPD, and perfect for Secret. Set up for Nisha to grab first blood.
Yeah. Naga's going to be getting full free farm. Mid lane, like we said, it's going to be trade. But the thing I actually am starting to realize is Fada's actually going to run out of mana pretty quickly, trying to put the pressure on, and mid one can just X himself and come back. So I actually think he's going to do. He's going to do the perfect.
Yeah, that's very true.
He can just out resource him, right? In a way, as this Kunkka. Maybe Runes will change it a bit, but right away we see mid one will get a haste.
And there's not really, considering the supports of NIP, can we expect sort of a gank from? Talking about ganks, I mean, Zai, he's picked up a haste rune and he's running towards mid. With that haste rune ready to go straight ahead onto Fada. Fada will turn with the Decrepify. Zai's going to look for the body blocks. He can continue to try and fight underneath the tower, see if he can get the Furious Fight stacked up. He's only level 1, so it's going to be pretty slow as he builds them up. And yeah, too slow for him to stick around underneath the tower. He is going to have to back away. Yeah. Fada will be safe, he'll be able to salve up, but still remaining in that position, as you mentioned, where he's just low on the mana.
Yeah. They're actually, because they have this Spectre, they're not changing the lane. Yeah. They're like, all right, Spectre's our hard carry. Zai's gonna get sacked, which isn't the best, but we have to do this. We have to make sure Spectre free farms.
It is definitely going to be a slow start for Zai. He's walking around with 2 CS at 3 minutes in. We've seen him have some slow starts before, albeit that was on heroes like the Lesh, who have better ways of sort of catching into the game. So we'll see how he does work with this slow start as an offlane Ursa. Because it's not going to be easy. But at the same time, you look at the other half of the map, 33, it's hardly like he's having an amazing time in farm down bottom. He's only sitting on 6 CS on the DK as well.
Zai getting stacked up here.
I don't know if there's any way out for him here. This is...
Not a TP, but...
with the 5 stacks, he's going to take some severe right clicks if he does try and TP.
Yeah. He's just running.
He is. Oh, he's got the stick charges. That will get him quite a bit back up. These stacks are going to continue to add up. Here we go, counting with Zai and Saxa, kids. You know the numbers.
I mean, Sax is running low on mana
That's
now
9.
at this point, but he might be able to get him to
Don't
damage.
give up, Saxa.
Oh, Puppy's coming in.
Zai is level 2, so he has got that extra attack speed boost. Zai, you're not going to win this war. You're not going to win this war, Zai. Saxa gets the kill, and Puppy won't be able to even find the trade, so Sax is able to walk away. That's that's commitment for you kids. It pays off.
And it's good commitment because Zai was dragging a wave, so he was like, I don't want Zai to get this wave. I have to make sure, but Puppy was there to at least claim it. So they do get that wave that Zai initially wanted, and he's actually going to be able to deny a decent amount of that wave. We see him pulling it between the towers right here on that top lane. Yeah,
Did see.
Right there.
Oh, PPD picked up an invis, but as a Chen, not really too much you can do. He's just starting to show up in the mid lane, as he's going to find some XP, and of course he's going to be able to offer that quick route back for the Pugna.
Yeah,
Spider's brought straight back to the mid lane. He's back up to full HP and mana, so he can continue to try and get back to harassing the Kunkka. And as we're seeing, as expected, CS is similar, but the Kunkka mid one, he's got a lot of denies.
And he's about to be level 6, actually, in comparison to level 4 Pugna, or 4 3/4 Pugna. So that's very significant, just all those denies really adding up. And just the regen war, that's what mids kind of came down to, so it's a little bit hard to judge.
Like I said, a bit of contest around this rune spot. 33 goes to the Dragon Tail. Will be able to secure one of the bounty runes, but of course Puppy TPs into the other. Will take that. They'll turn towards PPD, with Puppy on the high ground, offering those punches. The stun from Yapzor connecting PPD will be taken out. Secret getting a little more action with this tri-lane action down on the bottom lane, and making sure that Nisha continues to have a nice start to this game.
They kill the Harpy too. That Harpy is one of the more annoying creeps. Just how much damage it can really do. Also has night vision, so it gets the nukes off easy. Mid one is 6.
So yeah, he's going to try and play around with Fodder a bit. He's going to send the boat down. Decrepify will be out onto mid one to try and slow down the tide, bring a hit coming in. Now it comes through along with Yapzor and Puppy rotating in. Fodder will fall. As Puppy and Yapzor getting aggressive across the map. Puppy pops the Fairy Fire, and he'll be able to get himself out of there and keep himself safe and away from the PPD Chen.
Such quick rotation. As soon as mid one literally hits 6, and they're already on their way.
They were
the
right
two
behind
secret
him.
supports were already making their move over there.
And no hesitations at all from Secret to start to get aggressive. Zai, he's sort of headed back to the jungle to try and find some farm. It's not really a lane that he can head to now. It's going to mean that Ace will continue to have free farm on that top lane Naga Siren. See what sort of build he'll go for on the Naga this game. We've seen a few varieties of the carry Naga.
Mostly the
recently.
defusal.
Yeah.
Mostly just the Yasha Manta defusal that we used to see. We did see some Meteor Hammers not at this tournament.
We saw some Radiance.
We did see some Radiance as well.
That's 33 bottom lane, getting right in there onto Nisha, forcing him to Spectra Dagger away. Fada has come in with a rotation as well as PPD. Now PPD allowing that potential for Fada to sort of jump around the map, make these quick moves, but Secret keep themselves away from it. TP comes in from Puppies, who'll get the treants out to try and alleviate some of the pressure on this bottom tower. Nisha still hiding at the sidelines. They're bringing Yapzor in as well. They may try and fight this.
Yeah, they're bringing the Kunkka too. That means they're definitely fighting this. They don't want to lose this tower too early.
It's getting low. Nisha's going to look to lead in the Spike Carapace. They're off the blast to help set up onto Fada. Fada does manage to get the self-decrepify. The suck as well onto Nisha, healing Fada back up. Nisha now has to be careful how he turns back into this divine favor from PPD, starting to regen Fada back up, but he's going to take a lot of damage now as he gets called back into the combo on mid one. The boat down, Fada will fall, and so will PPD. Secret bringing the favorable amount of numbers, and they're able to win the fight down bottom.
Lose the tower, but get kills, and especially get a kill for Nisha again.
And already just starting to see sort of the struggles of Fada having to play this game where there's a Nyx Assassin about the blast. It's just such an easy setup for Yapzor every time with the Spike Carapace.
And this is before he's even got levels of mana burn, right? He's already got easy ways to set up to kill for that Pugna. Yeah, we mentioned like how good the Nyx is in this game because they snap picked it and it was perfect versus both heroes, the Batrider and the Pugna. So Naga though still full free farm as you mentioned. Zai did start to get some living.
He looks sort of all the neutrals, and I guess now he's level 4. He can kind of go near. But yeah, the time is going to be on because Ace with that Midas is going to he's going to be making some bank on the Nagasara.
The one thing that NIP does have to be wary of now that this Ursa's starting to get some levels is Secret. They do have Nature's Prophet and Ursa, so they can actually smoke and go for Roche with just those two heroes very easily and just catch NIP off guard. So they have to keep themselves wary of that, and they have to keep wary of when Secret is setting up for tower defenses, because that will be the telltale. It's like, oh, wait, Nature's Prophet isn't showing up. Where's Ursa too? Then, we know that they're probably going to be going for that type of play. So they got to keep that pressure on. I do believe DK33 has hit level 6 now too, so they've got the Elder Dragon form to keep that tower pressure.
Well, top lane Saxa trying to go for a bit of a chase down onto Zai with the Firefly, but Zai, yeah, he's just quick enough to keep himself out of the range of Firefly, get underneath the tier 2 tower. TP will be coming in from mid one towards this top lane. They're going to look to see if they can try and catch out the bat. Saxa, he knows the trouble's inbound, keeps himself hidden, will be able to TP out before mid one gets a glimpse of him. Bottom lane, the Mud Golem leading in towards Nisha. PPD also bringing him back up, but Nisha with the Spectral Dagger will get himself away far before Fada is able to TP in, get bought in by PPD. They may just resort to the push though. Yep, 33's got the Elder Dragon form. Just take the tier 2 tower. They're not fussed about not finding any kills. They just want to continue to shut down the map as Secret and find these objectives.
This is the power of, this is exactly what their power of their lineup is. Allow Naga to just never be seen on the map and make a lot of pressure just to give that space.
The Sprout to 33. TP will be coming in as well from Yapzor. Mid one's there with the Wrap Brand. Torrents are set up onto the Dragon Knight. 33's pretty deep. He's taken a lot of damage here as the Forest Secret beat down upon him. Underneath the tower, he'll get cut down. Secret find one kill. PPD is able to TP out. No sort of control back online from the Kunkka, so mid one was unable to keep him held back, but they get the big kill. They get 33, and the push is unsuccessful from NIP. Secret showing that they can absolutely react to those sort of moves.
Yeah, who cares about deep push? Just show up for the fight every single time when they are trying to set up for that, because you know you're going to have numbers advantage. You're playing versus an NIP draft with the Naga Siren who doesn't want to get involved. So you bring 4 heroes, they will have a maximum of 4 in most of those situations, and they actually saw, you know, the bat top, so they know it's only 3.
Saxa and Ace now trying to poke Zai. Has already used the Enrage, but Yapzor is by his side, and again, the global potential. Puppey TP's in, and look who's moving around from the mid lane. Mid one's there on the Kunkka, ready to cut off this move from NIP. X mark onto Ace. He's going to be dragged back straight into the combo, but all the timing a little bit off there. So Ace is actually able to continue to walk. He doesn't have a point at the Song of the Siren, so the best he can do is just run away. In fact, maybe NIP want to turn. 33's turned up the fight, leads him with the Dragon Tail stun onto Yapzor. Yapzor, he's actually been sprouted up by his own teammate. He'll fall as well as Zai. They'll lose 2. NIP, this time they're the ones striking back as Secret. They wanted to try and fight initially, bringing in the Nature's Prophet, having that rotation from mid one, but he slightly off the timing with the combo.
Missed the boat by quite a big margin, actually. Just timed it wrong, yeah. And then 33 had a haste rune, so he just comes in, and he's the one that can get the catch for his team, because besides him, they don't really have disables until the lasso comes out. It's just a Dragon Tail. I mean, the Snare too, but he's pretty much their catch in the game as this DK.
Yeah, and he's realizing that with the items going to go straight for the Blink Dagger.
Absolutely. Yeah. He needs to be the one making the plays, because I think I saw Saxa going for the bots.
Yeah, I imagine he's going to get the bots, then the drums on the bat. So
speedy build.
Yeah, you want someone else to be able to make that jump.
You see, Ace got a Midas, by the way, on the Naga.
He did, yeah.
So.
I mean, he gets away with it because he had so much space up top. I think, you know, if you're going to get that sort of start, this absolutely is a game where you say, hey, we're getting the Midas, because it's just going to speed up the diffusal into your next item after it. So he is going to sort of come online actually a little bit quicker than say would if he didn't go for the Midas, because of how much farm he's getting. He's on 6k net worth at the moment at 11 minutes in. He's shooting ahead of everyone else in the game.
Yeah, and sometimes Naga, more so in the past, is your illusions were always farming for you, so your levels sometimes got affected, right? Because your illusions are getting the majority of it. This Midas will let him boost his levels, which is great, because if you look at Naga's stat gain, it's excellent. She's got one of the better ones across the strength and the agi. Talent's also, of course, quite nice. So, yeah, the Midas, very nice for that Naga. As Nisha will be just going for Yasha, so he doesn't go for the Midas or anything like that. They want to.
I mean, that's that's going to make it hard for him to keep up unless Secret can find fights. And of course, Secret, they've got great ways to find action. They've got Yapzor hunting around the map with a Vendetta, looking to kick stuff off. You've got an Ursa and a Kunkka and a Nature's Prophet. They're always going to be incredibly proactive on the map and looking to sort of just set up action that you can just follow through with a Haunt, pick yourself up a couple of kills.
Yeah. That is the fun thing. Like, Nyx with any type of globals is always like, oh, 3 heroes just turn up, oh my goodness. That's why Nyx Invoker used to be like so common, but with this one they absolutely can do that all the time. Yeah. So now they're making a move toward top, looking like they want to actually put a little bit of pressure on it. Majority, like, everyone's just jungling and farming right now. We see Ursa jungling, Furion's jungling, Spectre's hitting mid creeps, Naga's jungling, but this is the move they want to make. They want to try to put some pressure.
Top lane Yapzor, he's got the setup. Combo comes in from mid one, and it'll be a quick and easy kill onto PPD. Same time down bottom Saxa was sort of hunting around the jungle, seeing if he could find out Puppey. He'll wrap towards mid.
The instant they show that they're starting to push mid, 2 heroes, or 3 heroes even from Secret start teleporting and showing up. And now look, this is what we were talking about. Look at the Roche. Secret, as soon as those heroes start pushing, they send those two into the pit. We mentioned that they would probably try to do that when NIP sets up for a push.
And I don't think NIP is going to have any idea that's going on. They're fully set on just finishing off this tier 1 tower, and Secret will say, by all means, take it. We're getting the Roshan. Will NIP realize in time? It's far too late. The Furious Swipes are stacked up way too much, and Secret will be able to get Roshan without NIP having any clue that is going on.
Tower dies, but this is the this is the trade that they wanted to do. They showed 3 heroes in the mid lane, or 2 heroes in the mid lane. The Spectre was showing bottom, and then those 2 can sneak it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Just 14 minutes in, 7 for 3. Less than a 1k lead for NIP. A great start between these two teams as both really have something going on. The Naga Siren, he's in that beautiful place. He's got the top net worth. He's getting away with the Midas Ace. The Diffusal Blade very close to being done. Top lane, Yapsor, Zai, they'll find themselves in catch. Saxo trying to push out the lane with the Firefly. Easy setup with the Spike Carapace for Yapsor. Saxo, he has to be careful on the map. This Nyx Assassin just causing so many sort of issues for not just the Pugna, but of course for the Bat himself. It's very easy for Yapsor to find those solo kills.
We said it would be eyes on him, right? Eyes on him for setting up the ganks all over the map. It's a Nyx Assassin versus a Pugna Bat Rider, so you have to expect that's the way it's going to be, and with those globals, like we mentioned.
33 says he doesn't want to blink dagger first. He wants to join. I mean, we met, talking about the drafts, both teams, they can gear up for late game. And having the 2 Midases, NIP is saying we're ready to scale to that point.
Dire's top tower is under
Saxa is hunting. Nisha is going to be forced to use the Haunt to get away from the Bat Rider, and will jump towards the mid lane Chan. So jumping over towards PPD, he'll be able to walk away, make sure that Saxa doesn't catch him. Who was down there? It was Saxa and the Pugna. Yeah, I guess with the 2 of them with the lasso to grab Blast and Suck, they would have had enough damage. So Nisha making the right call and playing it safe, just getting the hell out of bottom lane.
NIP using an early glyph. Secret's going to continue to poke this top tier 2 now because of that. And we see right away, Yapster's trying to keep tab on where NIP is positioning themselves. He saw them looking to set up for Nisha in mid. Nisha has to be careful as PPD looks he's bringing reinforcements to that mid lane.
And Yapsor does also have to be a little wary. There's a sentry down in the mid lane if he does head down into the river. Just keeping himself on the high ground for now. Top lane space is there. I mean, we've seen what Secret, they do react and fight to when NIP try and get a push going. It seems though that NIP, they'd much rather stay away when Secret gets super aggressive. Yapsor does find himself caught underneath the sentry ward. They'll pop down the blast. He'll get the Spike Carapace out as well as the stun. Here's the backup from Zai. Yapsor should fall. Can Zai do anything in return? He's stacking up the swipes onto 33. Pops the Enrage. 33 will survive. They'll be able to send Zai up into the air, keep him at a distance. The boat's coming down. Ace popping the Song of the Siren here as they're looking for setup. They're grouped up very heavily, Secret, as NIP will get on top of them. Zai, he'll be able to run himself away with the phase boost, but they have the lasso control onto mid one. They'll finish off the Spectre. They'll finish off the Kunkka. The Song of the Siren perfectly allowing NIP to set up for 2 massive core kills.
I'm surprised Secret actually went to try to take that fight too. Like NIP were clearly looking to take that engagement there, and it was the Nyx who got engaged on already. They didn't have their Haunt available, but beautiful sleep. That was perfect by Ace there to stop the combo coming out. And they easily get that wrap around him. Yeah, Midas is in. Whoa.
Wait, hold up. That's a Dagon.
Lightstone Dagon on Puppy.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna have to stop queuing for your pups, boys and girls.
I mean, that Pugna, right? Pugna decreps, you do lots of damage? I don't know.
Puppy's got a Dagon.
All right.
All right, we've got to watch out for some kill securing Nature's Prophet action here from Puppy.
This is like the Dota 1 build.
Yeah.
Your Nature's Prophets with no boots and just a Dagon.
No boots, Dagon. My goodness. Slower than average though. Wait, how? I guess because when it has been built in this patch and the 2 matches, it's not been on a support Nature's Prophet. It's been built on a Prophet that's been able to be in a core position and farm it. But yes, it's a support. Yeah, first time this event, yes. So, but only 2 matches this patch.
Right.
Okay, Puppy.
But, I mean, it makes sense versus like the Pugna, and it also.
And he's gonna level it. He's just. I mean, yeah, when you go Dagon, you've got to go full Dagon. You can't go halfway with this build.
Dagon one-shots illusion, right?
I believe it does, right?
Yeah, so maybe that's so he can clear out the illusions of the Naga Siren. I'm not too sure. I'm just trying to think of where he would actually go for besides like bursting the Pugna. That's the other one. So
I mean, maybe he's mad at someone who's messed up on Secret's lineup.
Maybe he just feels maybe they're lacking damage.
I'm
that
just
could
saying,
also be it.
If you were in a team with Puppy and he builds a Dagon first item, you know someone's getting kicked. You know, it's not good. So that's it. There you go. Just illusion. He'll take it.
Yep. Bang. I mean, okay. Those will add up. Illusions start to give lots of money. I don't know.
And not as much money as a Dagon. That's for sure. But I'm ready for this. Let's see what Puppey can find. I want to see this Nature's Prophet get kill after kill. He's 1-0-7 at the moment. You know, he's been having a great start to the game.
If he does get a Dagon 5, like Pugna, Pugna's not going to have too fun of a time. Like, that is the truth. No. And if this is going to be a ridiculously This is just going to be a farming game. Like,
it's going to be a late game. I think
pull our seats back. Everyone get comfortable.
Yeah, 18 minutes, only 8-6. This is the kind of game that we wanted, and we're getting it. And he just is going to be gone, and we're out.
Farming Aegis. I mean, they did take the mid fight, actually, so they were trying to take one, but...
mid one.
But Pada is already getting ported in. PPD.
There's a lot of backup coming in. They've got the opening stun out onto Zai. He will pop the Enrage. There's the Song of the Siren, keeping the two of them together. Saxa will get on top of them both with the Firefly. So there's going to be any sort of reaction from the rest of Secret. Zai's trying his best to run away with the phase boots as they're chasing him down. Firefly on top of him. Saxa will finish him off. NIP take the 2 kills.
They're just so much stronger anytime Ace shows up. This level 15 Naga with this Diffusal, with this Yasha.
Yeah, mid one going for the correct build as well.
He's got the
phase
Radiance.
Drums into Radiance.
Yeah.
Beautifully done. This is what you want to be building. It just makes you so beefy. You can't kill this, man. The base might be another situation, though. As NIP 19 minutes in, they're up to the high ground and forcing out the fortification from Secret.
This is what we talked about, is that push timing for NIP when they do have all those big items. I mean, right now it's kind of like a lot of Midases and stuff, but the nature of their lineup does
this. Tier 3 tower with this Dragonfall nice and easily. There we have the base opened up, Shrines at the ready for the taking.
They took quick advantage of those 2 kills that they had. So now they can back up, reset. I mean, they use their song there. It's going to be back up in like 60 seconds for them to re-engage and take any fights that they want.
Oh, yeah.
That's always the beauty of the Naga, right? We don't want to take this fight. Okay. So sleep and disengage. That's also what you can do versus Spectres a lot of the time. Spectre haunts, you sleep, disengage.
I mean, this is looking very good for NIP. They're 3K ahead at 20 minutes in, and they've got 2 Midases versus the 1 Midas is Secret. So it's, you know, you're happy if you're Ninjas in Pyjamas right now. Sure, I guess sort of the Radiance is also similar to the Midas in the sense that it's going to help accelerate mid-one's farm.
Absolutely.
And he does have it done, so that's sort of going to help balance things out. But NIP hitting some timings and getting the pressure on.
I think this is going to end up being like a... At least for Secret, they're going to try to have 5 cores, it seems like, in this game. All right, with Puppey having a Dagon, he has more net worth than Yapzor. Yapzor has a Midas.
A level 2 Dagon.
A level 2 Dagon.
Yeah, level 2 Dagon. We'll see.
Yeah, taking out that Shrine, like you mentioned, after having that tier 3, they even got a deep aggressive ward down while they did that push, so they can watch some of the movement. Ace claims another tier 2. And Secret just not looking to fight still until they've gotten some more items.
Yeah,
particularly I think like the Spectre needs to have, like he's got his 1 item now. So maybe now with Haunt, if they can find a situation where they outnumber, they can actually look to take a fight versus NIP with this Manta. But
yeah, no, as you say, Anisha wants to ideally at least that Diffusal before he's forced into any sort of unwanted action. As Zai and Yapzor deep over NIP's half the jungle, Yapzor will find Saxor versus Yapzor. Zai and Yapzor, they found Saxor. Saxa.
Oh god, stop it.
Saxa. He's gone. He's dead.
Yeah, they will find that pick up on the side. Meanwhile, they're still pushing it on the side lanes. So NIP, sure, they lose a hero, but they've got 2 side lanes pushing in. Now they're going to have to address the top lane a bit here, though. But Saxa is going to be respawning in 20, so he might just be able to do that himself.
Puppey. He's gone for the Dagon. Now he's got to go full NP. He's going for the cliff jungling next. But unfortunately, there's no camp for him to hit. Puppey sits there and reminisces of a greater time for the Prophet players.
Sneaky wards.
Yeah.
The uncounterable wards, because you have no idea that he placed them. You never know that he's going to actually have gone there. Unless you have a ward there yourself. No.
I mean, it does make you wonder. What does the Dagon do?
I said what it does. To kill illusions.
I think you're grasping at straws.
I mean, I don't know. It's to kill illusions. It's the first
he went
the
Blightstone
right?
Dagon. It's... I mean, I love it. But that's not a good sign if you're a professional player.
Fada, I like this build. I think this is the needed build, especially when you're playing versus Nyx Assassin or even versus Kunkka. He's got the Yules. Into BKB immediately on the Pugna next. They know this is their time to shine, right? Once they've got this, they can actually continue this pressure. And if they can get themselves a Roche on NIP, that'd be massive. Yeah, 9-8. One of the slower games I feel like we've got.
It is, but definitely one of the fun ones There's a lot of stuff that's going to come in this game. This is just sort of the beginning of the opening of this box of chocolates of beautiful Dota 2 between Secret and NIP. The Reaver getting very close for Mr. Ace.
Ace is just
he's
so
a big boy.
farmed. He has...
There's no one getting anywhere close to him.
He has almost 6,000 ahead of the Spectre. And that's also with levels, too. It's like he's level 17, almost level 18. Spectre's only 15. So, yeah, just big advantage right now going for an IP. So we do see that breakdown.
Mainly the other. The other, that's always what it is. We don't know what the other is. It's just money that Gaben sort of simply injects into the game for the team that he likes. Probably the Midas. Yeah, it's the Midas. That's what the other is. 95%. That's good efficiency.
God, do they have
that's good.
Do they have the damage to deal with Anaga when she's got a heart? The thing is, maybe like Spectre with Diffusal is going to be able to kill the rest of the team, maybe isolating her. That could be the one play. But yeah, this is going to be a really tough cookie to crack for Secret. And this is the rush that we're mentioning. They're going to be able to get now because of all the space they've gotten and all the deep vision too. They're suffocating Secret.
Absolutely are. Secret's not going to do anything about this. They don't have a chance to do anything about this.
Nope.
As that will be a free Roche, free Aegis, and a free Cheese for NIP. Who's going to grab what? Cheese on the DK and Aegis on Ace.
As if this Naga was already hard enough to kill, right? Gonna have an Aegis and pretty much the heart finished up really soon. Third highest amount of lasted. It's 280 at that 24.
Not bad at all. We saw another Naga Siren game where we had an insane amount of farm.
It was Nisha.
That was Nisha,
right?
Oh boy. I think you're right. Yeah, that was the Nisha when he played the Naga. He had.
I think so. Yeah, because that was the one where he was like, we didn't see.
He just
him
got totally ignored. I mean, that was kind of with this case, but he was sort of an ignored top.
But he did show up. The thing is, Ace did show up to fight.
Yes, those Song of the Sirens pretty much got them 2 massive teamfight wins. You're absolutely right.
Nisha. Jumping to disengage. They might be able to set up for a kill here. 33 is actually kind of alone. Sox is in the area.
Puppey. Kill secure. Oh, he did it. I love it. The daggone bam. Easy kill for Puppey.
He got boots now, though.
And, oh, that's disappointing. He could have had a level 4 Dagon if he didn't buy boots. I mean, he's still going to have pretty much the money for 2 more recipes very shortly. I hope this isn't the beginning of him buying other items than leveling up the Dagon. I do hope those recipes do get invested in. He sits on 2k gold.
Yep, so he's on the prowl, trying to get some information, vendetting around, and it seems like the name of the game for Secret's just going to be, let's defend the high ground until our Spectre can try to outcarry this.
So he's going to jump in and try and help out Mid1 here as he's committing for the fight. We'll get decrepified. He'll go straight for the TP outside. Mid1's going to try his best to run away with the rum on himself. But there's 3 heroes chasing him down. Nobody else is having any sort of look towards the mid lane. They're saying goodbye, Mid1. PPD nearly gets brought down by the Tidebringer, but he won't do so. As they get their Kunkka. That is Mid1 dead for a full minute.
This could be Rex they can set up for here. Yeah, they don't have the Aghanims yet on Yepsor, I don't believe. Yeah, he's only got 2 pieces of that. So that's the big one. If they get Aghanims on Nyx, then they can actually, that high ground defense becomes a lot more significant for Secret.
And there's an update on the Dagon. That is now a level 4 Dagon from Puppey.
Okay.
Saved up 2,700 gold. Some people would buy a Mystic Staff. No, he bought 2 levels in his Dagon. I love it.
In.
So yeah, Ace trying to get on top of Zai. Zai has to put the Enrage. They're not hitting the melee racks as of yet. Now they are. They've got the blast down. Ace is going to turn towards the objectives. The range racks is going to be the first to fall. With the blast as well, they should be able to get this. So put the Sprout down, Puppey, in an attempt to keep them off the melee racks for a little bit. But NIP will quickly turn their attention back towards it. And there's nothing that Secret can do to stop it. 10 seconds. They will have the Kunkka back up. Mid1 will be back in a second.
NIP can keep sending heroes back to base and just bringing them back. With Chen 2, Sox are just refilled.
They've got a lot of sustain. NIP, yeah, they can just stand here and take these structures from Secret.
There's still no haunt.
Zai trying to commit onto Ace. He's going to be halted by the Decrepify. Ace, of course, has got that Aegis, so he doesn't mind dying the once. Does still have Song of Siren 2. 33 just going to jump in straight away onto Zai. Zai does have Enrage back up. Will Puppey get out the torrent down to them, but 33 has the BKB. Yapsor's there with the stone control onto Ace, but the rest of Secret cannot get on top of him for now. Song of the Siren comes through, as well as 33 retreating. They're just going to choose to get out of there. NIP know they don't have to try and take a fight now. Ooh, they will manage to get sacks, I believe, with the Spike Carapace on, potentially some Firefly left behind. And in fact, they might still catch the rest of them in, despite NIP trying to disengage with that Song of the Siren. It looks like they're not actually going to get out. 33, he's going to die as well. Fada, he just got back in by PPD. He says, you killed my back, you killed my DK, you could kill my Pugner as well. Ace, he's not having a lot of fun. He will pop the cheese, get back up to full fodder. He's somehow still alive, but mid one surely is going to be able to cut him down. He's burning to the Radiance. That's going to be far to dead.
And Ace, the Puppy's TPing forward to try to find Ace here too. The Quelling Blade was put into the backpack here. So there is a sprout if he can, but Puppy's dying.
Oh, he is. He's down big time. Puppy, yeah, he's dead.
Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness. He's watched a few of Toby's guides to nature's prophet. He's gone. As now the X mark onto Ace.
Oh, the Centaur stomp onto mid one.
The neutrals, they're helping out NIP. This is it's just an absolute mess of a fight, this one, Ace.
NIP's respawning now. Secret.
They've not got any mana. Nisha has to get out of there. And a bit of diffusal on diffusal action there between the two cores as they'll slow down one another.
Looks like he will be able to get away, but Naga's actually fast. 4:15, trying to catch up. Gets the net.
Nisha needs help, and he needs it now. Torrent's going to be dropped down, but AC's able to duke it off. Heads to the side at the same time up top. Zai, he was up there, but 33 jumps past him. Looks for the stun control. They've got the lasso as well. They're holding Spectre in place. Zai, he'll get the swipe. Stacks up, though. 33 is dead. Ace is in trouble. He didn't kill Nisha off in time. Nisha's still alive. Ace will fall.
Oh, my God.
As Nisha, he'll be able to walk away alive.
But
And that's a level 5 dagger.
The level 5 Dagon.
Puppy celebrates by maxing out the Dagon.
Oh, NIP, they brought heroes back time over and over and over again to keep dying. They used, that was everything, right? Aegis and Cheese.
Yep, it's gone.
Are gone, and that's huge. Nisha getting, Nisha had just finished up that defusal before all that happened. Getting closer now to that heart. AC also on mid one. I think that's the Aghanims for Yapsor too. Uh-oh.
What's he got?
I mean, that's just an uh-oh.
That's the Aghanims on the, yeah.
Yeah, that's the key thing that they needed for high ground defense. Because right now they didn't have, like, the deep push was pretty limited, and now that constant spam of even the mana burns from a distance of a Pugna steps up. It's very threatening. And, of course, long range impales. NIP.
Oh.
Very critical mistake coming in there.
They had a lead, and they were on the verge of taking a second set of racks. I mean, it looked like they were going to get out of there with that Song of the Siren. They put the Song of the Siren, they were trying to disengage, but Secret, they just managed to catch them all. And PPD somewhere in the midst of it all decided, okay, we can try and take this fight. And no, they could not. They lost way more than Secret did in that exchange down bottom, and now Secret are the team slightly ahead with that 2K gold advantage.
What a turn of events. I mean, gold advantage and experience, too.
Yeah.
Experience just heavily swings. I was talking about how high level Ace was before all that happened. He was level 19 or 18 versus level 15 Spectre, level 20 Naga, level 19 Spectre. How quick things can turn.
And what are we seeing? Nisha, Eagle Song into the Butterfly.
So he can stand toe-to-toe versus that Naga Siren.
And Ace is talking about standing toe-to-toe to one another. He wants to get the Silver Edge to help him stand toe-to-toe with Nisha.
Okay, cool.
Break that old Spectre. Make sure you can punch through him without worrying about that damage being reflected onto your entire team.
They want to go again. I think NIP would really want to group up and try to get this bottom push going for that Rax, but now without Aegis and Cheese, it's scary. It's like, uh-oh, maybe we really don't want to go for this push here, because if we do get wiped again, Secret's got everything,
and
so.
Puppy, he's going for the right build. Dagon Refresher, the double Dagon. He's a smart man.
Double ulti. I mean, double Wrath of Nature is a lot of damage.
No. He's not going to use the double. He's buying it for the Dagon.
Okay.
He's getting the quick reload for his shotgun.
Owen's getting way too much fun out of this game.
Even though we haven't really seen him burst a lot of people yet. I think as you said, he's mainly just used it on illusions so far.
All right, Saksa is pushing out that top wave, and here we go. They're going for this bottom push. Secret's got everything available now, and also, Nisha did hit level 20, so 500 health talent. Spectre, that much stronger. IP have to play this pretty carefully here.
Zai keeping Saksa up
top. TPs are coming through.
Oh, yeah, they want to try and kill off Zai. Coming in from the shrine, Zai, pop the enrage. Sticking 8 bombs there. Puppy is, he was thinking about TPing in, but I think he realized the numbers aren't great. Zai's going to pop the BKB, turn towards Fada. Fada with the self-decrepify means Zai has to turn elsewhere. They have the control with the lasso. Enrage wearing off. The BKB will also wear off soon, as Zai will be trapped in the trees. They'll slowly chase him down. Just take the 4 of them, but they get themselves the kill as they finish Ursa off in that top lane.
But Ace is being stalked right now. This could be scary.
If Yapsor can get some backup in with him, but...
he's getting rid of his mana, though. That's one of the key things. Like, couple mana, 2 mana burns, and he's
very
just
annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got to go back to... Well, he's got the shrine available, so at least Ace will be able to get a bit of a top up from there. Still saving up the gold before investing in the Silver Edge. I mean, do you think he's considering anything else? Like, is the Silver Edge the best move for Ace, or is there something else that he maybe want to get instead?
That could be what he's discussing here. Not too sure, to be honest. He's going to purchase it now, though.
He's going for it. He's going for it.
That lets him fight versus the Spectre. There's no other real item that actually lets him unless you go something weird. Like.
No, No, yeah, the Silver Edge, it certainly does work out for dealing with the Spectre late game. The match going as it is, just a 1K difference in 33 minutes, it could certainly be a game that continues to go on.
It could even save him sometimes, even with that. Like, sure, it's great versus Spectre, but in that situation, bottom, if he, like, you know, he can just run away with Shadow Blades if they don't have the detection and stuff. So here we go again. And either smoke.
Looking to find any sort of jump that they can.
They've got the mid wave pushing in. The bottom wave, not really, though. Bottom wave is quite far away.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Seems like it will dissuade them from actually just going for that. Roche has come back up, and that is that third Roche. A full butterfly for Nisha, like you were talking about. So he is that much stronger, and those net worths, they're getting close to, I mean, they're still quite behind the Naga, like 5K or so behind, or 6K behind, but, you know, they're getting closer. That was just a crazy turn of events.
It's going to be a smoke up from Secret. We'll see if they're able to find any sort of catch around this crucial point, as you mentioned, with Roche available. Going to do their best to make one sure one another doesn't get it. The Haunt comes out. Nisha's going to look to lead straight away onto Sax. So the song comes through from Ace.
That's
see if they can look to reset and get back in on top of it. As you said, wasting that Haunt time. And they will continue to retreat. Centaur will be used to stomp Zai, stop him from chasing. The Firefly does proc the Spike Carapace. They'll turn with the Eul's control onto mid one, but the blast comes out with the Dagon. That'll be Saxa dead, and now Secret look for more. Tiebringer cutting PPD down incredibly low, as 33's actually been left behind here. He's popped the BKB. PPD gets dragged back into the combo of mid one. PPD will die, and 33, as his BKB wears out, he's not getting out of this one. Yapzor and Zai,
just chasing him.
They're still chasing Ace as well. They're going to get so much out of this Secret. They found 3, and it's not quite done yet. The chase from Yapzor and Zai, allowing them for the setup onto Ace. Ace pushed back and blasted down by Puppey with the Dagon. That's 4 dead on NIP.
They used the song to try to reset, but they actually just weren't able to. Yapzor gets the stun onto Saxa, and then afterwards, Ace is actually trying to like send his illusions and split. Yapzor mana burns him twice again, and then just stalks him, just chases him. Doesn't care that his teammates aren't that close. Then Zai's able to close the gap and get on there. And now, back the other way, 65 seconds, no Naga.
This is a big, big window for Secret.
Oh, God.
As they're straight up to the high ground. Sure, they themselves are down a set of the racks in the mid lane, but now they'll look to level the score and see if they can take at least a racks away from NIP.
They might be able to try to set up for 2 here, but they could also go for 1 and then go for that Roche.
And it's hard to approach this with Yapzor having that Aghanims. He can just sit there burrowed in.
Oh, did they use the glyph? Yeah, they glyphed that 1 range group that they have left.
As now the buyback comes in. The buyback was now available for the Naga Siren. The stun immediately into the boat, though, onto Ace means that it's going to be hard for him to find the initial catch. They'll look towards Yapzor. Yapzor's got the Spike Carapace. 33's there with the wraparound, pops the BKB. Dragon Tail stun onto the Spectre, but already they've lost the Pugner. He's got a buyback. Ace will manage to get himself on top of Yapzor. So the Nyx Assassin is dead. He can't really get himself back towards this fight. Double buybacks coming through. They need to protect Ace. He bought back for this. They cannot afford to lose the Naga Siren. The suck as well from Fada, giving Ace the life. Dragon Tail stun onto Zai. Zai being held back for now. He's got the Enrage, goes for the TP out. They got any way to cancel it? They do not. So Zai will escape. Mid one and Nisha will also get out as well. So Secret get the top racks, and they force out 3 buybacks from NIP as this game now well and truly in Secret's advantage.
The 3 core buybacks as well. It's not even just it's not the support. It's all 3 cores from NIT have to buy back them. They still can't even defend their racks. They get a kill on Yapzor, but it's just Yapzor.
The lead.
Ooh, look at that lovely. Ooh.
What do we got here? Plus 14 Agi. Of course, everybody wants to take it, and for the right reasons. Has the sizable win rate advantage.
That's pretty.
So don't be the 4% out there, kids. Otherwise, you will lose your games.
Isn't there like a 3% of people who take Aftershock at level 1 on Earthshaker?
I believe so. Unfortunately, and I'm so sorry if that person's been in your game. Mid lane. Hang on. Mid one. The jump on him. Horses come out. The BKB, they can't kill him in time. They'll pop the song. The boat combo is going to be dropped straight down towards the Pugner, but Fada's able to use himself up. BKB popped as well, so he'll continue to back away. NIP, they're going to try and fight this by the looks of it. The Hand of God comes out to heal them back up. A stun again onto Zai, holding him back, but Ace is in trouble. Secret prioritizing, trying to kill off Ace. The lasso's there from Saxa to try and pull Secret apart. But Nisha, he's keeping himself on top of Ace. Zai's there as well. Ace is dead for 110 seconds. No buyback. They're pretty low on Secret, but Fada and 33, can they actually finish off these heroes? I don't think so. They're just too tanky. Saxa might get Zai. Sticking low, but not low enough. And again, it's just NIP losing 3 heroes. They don't have buybacks on the course. Puppey's straight in with the TP towards Saxa, forcing this Batrider to back off.
They're just so, I mean, they went on mid one. Such a tanky hero in this game, 3,300 HP with an AC and a BKB, so he's able to get his BKB off and turn that fight easily.
Harder. You can see him trying to play around, cutting the creep wave. Do they actually have any creeps with them in the base?
Do they have, yeah, they have a couple.
They do. They do have a couple of creeps in, so it doesn't matter too much that way it's been cut. Secret, they've got the backdoor protection removed. Taking this second set of racks away from NIP.
Every single fight, it's actually, like, YapzOr is literally just throwing 1 or 2 mana burns on this Naga Siren, and then she's just like, oh my god, what can I actually do in this fight? I'm just kind of running around. And the same thing with the rest of the members of NIP. They pop their BKBs, but there's just so many, like, such tanky heroes that they have to go through on Secret, and Secret's just knocking around tier 4s. They're just looking at it.
I mean, I think they
should be able to. Zai's roshing by himself while this is happening.
They are going to have 33 backup in 10 seconds. I don't know, is that going to be soon enough, though? The Ancient falling, a Secret focusing on finishing to get Puppey there with the ultimate BM finish as he dagons down. PPD, Saxa's dead. He'll buy back. But the BKB popped by mid-1. Secret pushing on, they got to tap out. GG is called, the Ancient is dead as Secret will take game 1 of this best of 3.
It was a well-played game overall by NIP until that bottom situation.
It really was.
That one chase out from Secret, they get just such an enormous swing of momentum. It was what, like a 6K gold swing, maybe even more, like 8K experience swing, maybe more than that as well. Oh, devastating.
And sort of
for
the
NIP.
plays on an emotional level. PPD cannot feel good about losing to a Dagon, no boots, Nature's Prophet.
He got boots. He got boots.
Well, after the Dagon. You know, this is some ultimate BM play from Puppey, and it's got to hurt.
Yeah, I mean, Nisha mid-1 and YapzOr played this game incredibly well too, though. Just their positioning, they didn't die much.
5-2-18.
Puppey did too.
Legitimizing the build.
It was really well executed. NIP, like I said, though, they had a timing that they were doing just super well, and just they hit that brick wall of Secret, it seems.
Yeah.
Just a couple mistakes, and that's what happens when you're playing versus a team like Secret. These mistakes, they're gonna get punished so heavily when you're playing versus one of, if not the best team in the world.
At least for them, they did have that start. There was sort of this glimmer of hope that sort of shows maybe if NIP just tighten it up that little bit more, they can take a game off Secret in the series.
I absolutely think so, yeah. And this was a well-orchestrated draft, right? We mentioned it. The Pugna, the DK, the Chen. We knew what they wanted to do with this draft. Make space for Ace, and then we just try to end the game when Ace has the space to get these items before the Spectre does. But yeah, Secret were able to actually just persevere.
Yeah. I mean, so ultimately you would say sort of the big error for NIP this game was just sort of the decisions to take fights at points where they could have maybe sort of taken their foot off the pedal a little bit and slowed it down a bit more off sort of those bottom pushes.
It just really seemed like it was that bottom. They didn't get away. They had to just, you know what, leave someone to die and get the hell out with 4 others. And it seemed like maybe a little bit of save your buddy, but yeah.
But I mean, it's scary as well, right? Looking at Secret's lineup, they can get away with things like just picking the Ursa second, putting in on Zai, a game as well where we saw at the start that Zai, he didn't really have a lane. He didn't find anything out of that top lane. He turns towards the neutral creeps, but still, he's able to be this hero that can cause the issues in the fight. Just starting things off, he gets the blink online, he's in there, and it's just this other sort of focus that NIP are trying to look for. And it's an Ursa. He has Enrage. You're not going to kill this hero very quickly, regardless of if he has a lot of items or if he doesn't have much at all. It's just another thing that NIP struggled to deal with.
Yep. It's a tough one.
And those fights, those sort of decisions made by NIP, they're going to have to look back over some of those crucial engagements that did end up swinging the game back towards Secret. And of course, at that point onwards, Secret left NIP no chance to get back into this game 1 as Team Secret take the first game of this series. Back to you guys on the panel.
Thanks very much, Shody Pixel, and of course Fogged on. The commentary team will come back to them for game number 2 very shortly. Got Blitz here and Purge. I'm sure very eager to give their opinions on what happened in game number 1. A game that has gone the way of Team Secret, perhaps a little bit predictably in the end, but it wasn't all their own way.
No, not at all. And there was some moment where I felt like Secret was like, you know what, it's time to kick it up a gear. We've had our fun.
Right.
It's been a little bit awkward. And then they finally just kind of got their stuff together and they team fought beautifully. Just fight after fight. They outplayed NIP, who had a very good mid game, but they just outworked them in the end.
I mean, that's the key though, Kevin, isn't it? The big teams do have that extra gear somewhere.
They do, but it's also
draft focus. Like, Pugna is going to fall off a little bit late game. He was great at decrepping heroes, but outside of that, his damage was more mitigated. Naga Siren had a really good mid-game timing because Naga just got so far ahead. Ace playing that, I believe, got so far ahead that he got a really fast Diffusal, Manta, Heart, so it was then difficult for Secret to kill. But as the game goes later and later, they've got multiple cores that are all very effective, and Nip was left with a Dragon Knight and just a Naga Siren, and Naga Siren just didn't work out as well in the ultra late game.
Yeah, I was going to talk to you about the Naga. It seems a little bit up and down, Will, in terms of whether it's effective or not. What are the keys to making it effective?
Well, in the mid game when she used her sleep setup twice, that was very nice. They were able to turn the fight around, if you recall, in the mid fights. When she turned it around for her team, that was really good, but it just felt like she wasn't really doing damage. She was mainly just a setup in the mid game, and as soon as they started losing the fight, she had to turn tail and run. Yep. Wasn't really a threat at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's been used in a very defensive way in a lot of the games this week.
I don't know if I'd say defensive. It's like the issue is that the hero it's a shittier illusion carry is the easiest way I can describe it. It like your Riptide chance thing, it's great for jungling and you're able to accelerate really quick into a Diffusal Manta and you're able to do mana burn and stuff, but your illusion uptime is not a PL. Do you think that Puppy would ever buy a Dagon which one-shots illusions against a Phantom Lancer when you can just spawn illusions constantly? There's no way in hell he'd ever do that. But he knows that when Mirror Image is used, one of those illusions can be killed and dealt with, and he gets gold from it. And there's only so many. It's got a long cooldown, and Manta as well. It's like, if your illusions die, that's it. That's Naga Siren, and now you're just a regular hero with the Diffusal Manta. It's not the same. And you have a net,
Will,
and you have a sleep.
You were going to say something?
She just doesn't have as much late game. Like, how is she supposed to be a Spectre super late game? Like, ultra late game. It's just not going to be the same.
I was going to say that even though Secret won, half of these things I can't commend. Like, when Zai just went for the solo Roche while his team was all high ground, there was just a lot of things that went against the standard idea.
You didn't like the Dagon 5 rush?
Okay, so...
with no boots?
Puppy...
What's wrong with you?
I want strong words with him because the problem is people are going to see that and they're going to say, you know what, Puppy did it and he beat NIP with it. That is not meant to be commended.
Okay, all right. Hopefully we won't be seeing that in the pubs over the next few days, or maybe we will.
No boots jungling NP that rushes Dagon 5. I will report you.
He did more damage than Zai.
I will report you.
How does that feel?
Instantly report you.
Please stop encouraging public play. We are ready for a break. When we come back, we'll find out whether Secret have made this a simple series or whether their opponent's NIP can sneak through the back door and make it a 1-1 game. Let's hope for more great action here at ESL One Katowice. We'll see you soon.
Horses come out, BKB, they can't kill him in time. They'll pop the song, the boat combo is going to be dropped straight down towards the Pugna, but Fudder's able to use himself up. BKB popped as well, so he'll continue to back away. NIP, they're going to try and fight this by the looks of it. A Hand of God comes out to heal them back up. A stun again onto Zai, holding him back, but Ace is in trouble. Secret, prioritizing, trying to kill off Ace. The lasso's there from Saxa to try and pull Secret apart. But Nisha, he's giving himself on top of Ace. Zai's there as well. Ace is dead for 110 seconds, no buyback.